whole story. Like, don't get up here trying to sit up here like this is a dynasty of a damn team and all this and that because they went on their little winning streak. I don't want to hear none of that shit. If the Fever was the Fever originally, the Las Vegas Aces will not have a championship. They stole this one. This is the last one they're going to get for a mighty long time because shit was looking spooky for the Aces. Don't sit up here and act like Becky Hammon's like coach of the year. They put together a super team. I don't want to hear none of
The WNBA Finals concluded with Commissioner Cathy Englebert facing significant crowd disapproval during the championship ceremony in Phoenix. The Las Vegas Aces secured their title by completing a clean sweep against the Phoenix Mercury, marking another championship for the franchise led by A'ja Wilson. The Mercury, despite adding Diana Taurasi to their roster, failed to claim victory in any contest against the Aces throughout the series. However, questions surrounding the legitimacy of this championship run persist among certain observers who point to various controversial elements throughout the playoff stretch. Critics argue that had the Indiana Fever maintained their full roster strength, particularly with Kelsey Mitchell healthy and Caitlin Clark available, the outcome might have differed substantially. The narrative being pushed about establishing a new dominant era seems premature given how precarious the Aces' situation appeared just weeks prior to their championship victory. Comparisons being drawn between Wilson and legendary players like Bill Russell strike some as excessive and unwarranted.
I don't want to hear none of that. None of that, because a month ago, it was looking spooky for the Aces. I am sorry. I'm not finna sit up here talking about, oh, they got a new dynasty. They is this and that. Hell no. This is the last one. A'ja Wilson might not win another championship for a mighty long time. I am here to tell you, this thing is over with. And the way the refs cheated for them in this series and pretty
The suggestion that head coach Becky Hammon deserves exceptional praise overlooks the fact that the organization assembled a roster stacked with elite talent. Merely 1 month before their triumph, the Aces faced genuine uncertainty about their postseason prospects. Claims about creating a lasting powerhouse appear questionable, with skeptics believing this represents the final championship for Wilson and her squad for an extended period. Officiating throughout the series, and indeed the entire playoff run, drew substantial criticism. Wilson's free throw statistics raised eyebrows, with observers noting she received 19 attempts in a crucial game. References to a special whistle became commonplace among those questioning whether the star player received preferential treatment from referees. The phrase A'ja whistle trended among those tracking what they perceived as inconsistent foul calling.
Cheated for them in this series and pretty much all of the playoffs. I don't want to hear nothing about A'ja Wilson being the GOAT. I don't want to hear nothing at all. And now y'all better quit DMing me too, because I'm going to start putting you on blast. All of the people that be DMing me, John, you're wrong. John, you really should apologize to A'ja. You shouldn't say that about A'ja. I don't give a damn. I'm standing on business. They are some cheaters. A'ja Wilson, she cool. She average. But let's all.
The crowd reaction to Commissioner Englebert during the trophy presentation reflected widespread frustration with league management and officiating standards. The intensity of the negative response suggested deep-seated dissatisfaction among fans present at the venue. Such public displays of disapproval toward league leadership remain relatively uncommon in professional sports championship settings. Statistical achievements, while impressive on paper, face scrutiny when contextualized against Wilson's timeline in the league. Despite multiple All-Star selections and accolades accumulated over 7 seasons, her mainstream recognition only surged following Caitlin Clark's arrival and the increased attention brought to women's basketball. Questions arise about why such a supposedly dominant player remained largely unknown to casual sports fans until recently, despite years of high-level performance. The historical comparison placing Wilson alongside Bill Russell as players who captured 3 MVP awards and 3 championships within a 4-season window sounds remarkable.
But let's all play spade or spade. Shout out to Ben Daniel, because I'm telling you right now, the way them damn referees be cheating for A'ja Wilson, I don't want to hear none of that shit. None of it, bruh. I don't want to hear none of it. Y'all sitting around here act like they the best thing since sliced bread. When a couple months ago, hell, we didn't even know what they was going to do. Ain't nobody know what they was going to do. Tired of this.
Nevertheless, skeptics maintain that circumstances heavily favored the Aces, including advantageous officiating and opponents dealing with injury complications. The Fever nearly defeated them despite roster limitations, while the Seattle Storm also pushed them to the brink during earlier playoff rounds. Regarding the championship ceremony itself, unconfirmed reports suggested broadcast networks may have employed unusual production techniques during Wilson's celebration moments. Whether these claims hold validity remains uncertain, though they generated discussion across social media platforms. Individual matchups tell revealing stories beyond final scores. Aaliyah Boston's performance against Wilson drew particular attention, with some arguing she outplayed the eventual champion before questionable foul calls removed her from critical game situations. The controversial nature of how fouls accumulated against Indiana's key players fueled arguments about competitive integrity.
Tired of this, bro. Tired of this, dog. Let's all keep it a buck. Y'all always sitting up here trying to hype up A'ja Wilson like she really like that because she black. I don't give a damn if she was black, white, blue, purple. She cheating. Shit. They cheating for her, bro. Because what nobody says. I'm sick of this, bro. Y'all want to act like she the best thing ever to touch a damn basketball. When Caitlin Clark came in, standing on business, breaking all the damn...
Looking forward, anticipation builds for the upcoming season as teams prepare to challenge the Aces' position atop the league hierarchy. The belief that Las Vegas captured their final championship for the foreseeable future persists among certain circles, who view next season as an opportunity for rivals to reclaim competitive balance. The Fever, assuming full health and continued development, present themselves as legitimate contenders capable of dethroning the current champions. The commissioner's public reception in Phoenix symbolized broader tensions within the WNBA community regarding officiating consistency, competitive fairness, and league governance. Whether league officials address these concerns heading into the next campaign remains to be seen, but the vocal nature of fan discontent suggests pressure exists for meaningful examination of playoff officiating standards and potential preferential treatment toward marquee players. The ongoing deception persists. Sports journalism outlets continue withholding critical context from their audiences.
All the damn records. Forgot, y'all better quit playing with Caitlin like she ain't like that. That's why I hope Caitlin come back with the vengeance, bro. Shout out to the homeboy Mike. He said, congrats on the Aces and the winning whistle, bro. He know what it is. The 19 free throws is insane. She had 19 damn free throws. The following are the two most important pieces of Las Vegas Aces today. Let's wait and see if the A'ja Wilson kicks in.
Their current focus involves promoting the WNBA without transparency, an unsurprising development given the established progressive bias within sports media coverage over recent years. The ratings discussion exemplifies this pattern. Media organizations celebrate the viewership numbers as remarkably impressive achievements, yet these figures remain essentially unchanged from previous seasons. Nevertheless, outlets like Front Office Sports publish deliberately misleading headlines. Their coverage proclaimed the WNBA Finals as the most watched in a quarter century, even with the potential for an Aces sweep. This article appeared late yesterday afternoon before the game concluded.
If the A'ja Wilson kicks in today. Shout out to the homeboy Mike, but that wasn't the only thing Mike tweeted about because we got to talk about this.
And to present the trophy.
This is Cathy getting booed right here. Listen.
Commissioner Cathy Englebert. Thank you, Holly. Well, we're here today to celebrate a champion.
Now, this right here stole the headlines. That is Cathy getting booed, man. She got booed all the way out of damn Phoenix, bro. The way people was booing Cathy Englebert, she need not come.
The Aces secured victories in all three contests, with the series allegedly attracting 13% more viewers than the previous year. That claim is fundamentally inaccurate. The calculation now incorporates a substantially expanded pool of television devices. This represents journalistic malpractice. These outlets feature sensational headlines while burying essential details in obscure fine print further down the page. The WNBA Finals demonstrate solid viewership numbers across 3 games. However, when measured against Indiana Fever regular season matchups, particularly those featuring Caitlin Clark and even games without her participation, these finals finals ratings appear comparatively modest.
Cathy Englebert, she need not come in public no more. She need to leave public appearances alone at this point because people do not want to see her. They don't give a damn about her, bro. Just like your boy John Liquidator don't give a damn about A'ja Wilson, bro. I can give two shits about A'ja Wilson winning because to be for real, she wasn't even supposed to be here right now. They barely, like, I've never been so mad about a championship. I mean, look at the accolades.
The numbers remain unimpressive overall. Headlines omit this complete picture. These attention-grabbing statements allow ESPN and similar media companies to claim success. Every outlet proclaims universal interest in the WNBA. This narrative is false. The industry simply adopted different measurement standards, fundamentally altering how viewership totals are calculated. The explanation that smart television sets were newly incorporated lacks credibility.
Sports media, like Front Office Sports, will run a headline like this, completely misleading people. WNBA Finals most viewed in 25 years, despite possible Aces sweep. Oh, this was before the game ended, but this came out late yesterday afternoon. My goodness, the Aces have won all 3 games of the series, which are drawing 13 more.
Smart televisions have been commonplace for 10 years. Honesty demands acknowledgement that methodology changes prohibit year-over-year historical comparisons. Claims about achieving the highest rating in 25 years are meaningless. Only current year ratings exist under this new system without fair historical benchmarks for comparison. Under the inaugural best-of-7 format, the WNBA Finals averaged 1.9 million viewers, reaching peaks of 2.5 million, 1.2 million, and 1.4 million respectively. The Fever regularly surpassed these figures during routine regular season games. Another game drew 1.3 million viewers with a 1.6 million peak.
13% more viewers than last year. No shit, because you're literally including a shit ton of new TVs in this whole situation. It is unbelievable. They'll run this headline and then in fine print somewhere tell the whole story. The WNBA Finals continue to post strong viewership through 3 games. Well, honestly, compared to any...
The Fever consistently exceed these totals without effort. The first and third games aired on ESPN. The second game broadcast on ABC. Friday evening's 4th game will appear on ESPN. At 1.5 million viewers, the series through 3 games shows 13% growth compared to last season. This makes it the most viewed series through 3 games since 2000, when a 2-game sweep achieved a 1.54 million viewership rating. The playoffs overall averaged 1.2 million viewers, representing a 14% increase from last season.
Honestly, compared to Indiana Fever regular season games, especially the ones Caitlin Clark plays in, but hell, the ones she don't. Ratings don't look that damn big to me still. They still don't look that big. But you're not giving people the full story in these headlines. Yeah, oh my God, that catches attention, and everybody can, ESPN can take a victory lap. All these media outlets.
The timing proves remarkably convenient. Caitlin Clark's absence from playoff competition coincided precisely with this new methodology implementation. This allows both a premature celebration and the simultaneous claim that Caitlin Clark wasn't even participating. The question remains, how many million additional televisions entered the measurement pool? This information deserves disclosure. Truthfully, audience metrics receive artificial inflation this year from Nielsen. This bears repeating, audience metrics receive artificial inflation this year from Nielsen, which recently modified its tracking procedures to incorporate set-top boxes and smart televisions.
Media outlets saying, look, see, everybody's interested in the WNBA. Nah, you're just using different metrics, which is changing what the viewership totals are. And the fact that they're trying to play this as, well, they brought in smart TVs. I've had a smart TV for a decade. Let's not get cute here. I mean, honestly, you can.
Media coverage requires readers to scroll through multiple paragraphs, specifically to the 5th paragraph, to encounter this crucial single-sentence disclosure that provides complete context. Credit belongs to those challenging this deceptive practice. These numbers are artificially inflated. The fine print reveals the truth. This misinformation must stop spreading. Nielsen only began including out-of-home viewing in its calculations starting in 2020 and didn't apply this to 100% of markets until 2025. The 2025 figures represent Nielsen's big data plus panel methodology, while all prior years used panel-only measurement.
You cannot, because the methodology changed on these ratings, you cannot be doing year-over-year, prior year comparisons. There is no biggest rating in 25 years. There's just this rating starting this year because you don't have anything to fairly compare it to. In the first time using the best of 7 format, the WNBA Finals have averaged.
This distinction is crucial. The situation is absurd. This represents year 1 under completely revised compilation methods. Accurate comparisons to previous years are now impossible. That's the reality. Such comparisons cannot be made. This constitutes fraudulent analysis.
The WNBA Finals have averaged 1.9 million viewers, a peak of 2.5, 1.2, a peak of 1.4. The Fever annihilate that in regular season games all the time. 1.3 million viewers, a peak of 1.6. They annihilate that on a regular basis. Games 1 and 3 were on ESPN. Game 2 was on ABC. Friday night's Game 4 will be on ESPN.
These are fraudulent numbers.
ESPN. At 1.5 million viewers, the series through 3 games is averaging 13% more viewers than last year. That makes it the most viewed series through 3 games since 2000. A 2-game sweep that posted a 1.54 million viewership rating. The playoffs as a whole has averaged 1.2 million viewers, a 14% increase from last year. It's funny how
This seems like essential information warranting mention. The numbers are inflated. Changes in 2024 are worth examining. 2 of these games attracted fewer than 1 million viewers under last year's measurement platform. Reasonable estimates suggest approximately 700,000 actual viewers. That's a significant revelation.
From last year. It's funny how this worked out for them too. Caitlin Clark didn't get to play, but at the same time, this new methodology came in. So not only do they get to try to run a victory lap, they get to do and Caitlin Clark wasn't involved. Well, how many more millions of TVs did you add exactly? Inquiring minds want to know. I mean, honestly.
That's quite remarkable. This is fabricated nonsense. The entire counting system underwent transformation. Viewers in proximity watching on smartphones or smart televisions now count, regardless of whether they're actively viewing. Research confirms this practice. The absurdity is striking.